Hey you guys, it's me Kianna coming at you today. Alright y'all, so I didn't get but like 8 minutes through my girl I's married now. You guys know, as I told you on the video about 4 videos back, that she was the inspiration for me doing the video about the bonnet thing, about wearing the bonnet to bed, um, and the confusion, marital confusion between Todd and Candy. Well, you guys know that. Well, if you've been following me for years, you know this. That I have always been talking about that. In fact, I actually was specific in talking about the actual bonnet about 3 years ago on my channel. It caused an uproar then, and then I did a video about 4 weeks ago. It caused a slight uproar then, but basically I could just feel attention through the screen. A lot of people didn't say nothing, but I could feel it. I could feel attention through the screen. I could feel they was mad at me. They was pissed at me. You better keep that attention right there through the screen. But anyway, then right after I did the recent video 4 weeks ago, that's when the episode came about Candy and Todd having that issue, and Todd, threw that comment out there about her wearing the bonnet and it not being sexually appealing to him. We all know that that's a lie. There's some other stuff in there, but whatever. I ain't gonna try to predict. I usually predict stuff when I watch like the preachers of LA and all that kind of stuff. I would say stuff and people would say, no, you don't know what you're talking about, and then it would come true, because I've been around the world a couple of times. Okay, I may physically only been to a few places around the world, but my brain, my spirit has traveled the world. I know some things. Okay, I am what you call an old soul, and I could see things a mile away. Some people call it, seeing it. The secular audience calls it seeing it a mile away, while my, God-fearing Christian audience calls it discernment. Call it what you want, but just know that I know what I know. Anyway, let me say this before we get into it. Somebody say, I should pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up. One of my girls said, see, that's why I love y'all. This is why I love y'all. This is exactly why I love y'all. Because one of my girls was like, Kianna, if you don't shut your mouth, shaking my head. I was like,
it's back. Olive Garden's buy one.
I rebuke you, Olive Garden. She was like, if you don't shut your mouth, that's what. And she was dead, so she was like shaking my head. She didn't put LOL. She put shaking my head. But the key is, even though I was saying something that maybe she don't agree with, and maybe something that she didn't like, she still loved me, and she's still a rider. Now, that's what I live for, okay? That is what I live for. That's what I give y'all. Because when y'all disagree with me and stuff, as long as you disagree respectfully, and don't try to throw no shade, because I will catch the shade. You better believe it. And I am shade master, okay? Because not only I'm not even going to go ahead and throw you no shade. I'm just going to put the whole pavilion over you, because I'm just going to type you everything I would think that would be salt on a wound for you. Okay? So, think before you speak. Or in our case, think before you type. But, yes, and this is the thing. I don't get on here to try to, first of all, I try to come with substance. Yes, we're going to laugh, but it's going to be times, and it's going to be times we cry. My channel is a lot different from other people's channels, and that's not no bragging, and that's not, because different doesn't mean better. It just means exactly what it says, different. You understand what I'm saying? So, I come, to you guys as girlfriends. And the things I say, I'm not saying it to put you down. I'm saying it to pick you up. You understand what I'm saying? Now, it may make some people feel salty, but I can't live my life and express myself around your insecurities or what you would perceive as your shortcomings or where you need to improve. You understand what I'm saying? I can't live my life around your perceptions. That's your problem. That's your issues. You understand? All I can do is be me and be true to me and don't go out to hurt people. You know, to just blatantly hurt people. That's not I don't do that. You understand what I'm saying? I try not to be harsh with what I say. I try to have my words come from love. But if you're a fiery woman, if you're a passionate woman, sometimes it can get a little elevated. But my purpose is not to hurt anyone. That's not what I'm going to do. Okay? When we laugh and stuff like that, I'm not laughing at people or saying things at people to hurt them. Now, if I feel as though you're being smart to me, then I'm going to take one glove off. I'm not going to take two because it's going to be a TKO if I take both gloves off. But I'm going to take one glove off just to let you know that this right hook is lethal. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not going to go with so far, in other words. But I will let you know. Right? This right here. This thing right here. Yeah. You really don't want it in your life. That's what I'm saying. So all of this is summed up, or has come to the place of me stating this. So I was going only 7 minutes into her video, and I noticed how she had her scarf on her head. And I did put underneath of the video in capital letters, "That's how you wear a scarf to bed." Do you understand what I'm saying? See, a lot of people got the misconception that I'm trying to say that you got to have Kim K flowing locks and come into bed and they lay perfectly on your pillow when he entered the room. No, I'm not saying that. And I gave y'all the example. Check out 2 videos ago. Daddy was snoring. Y'all could hear him snoring. But I did a video to show y'all, you know, so the people won't be thinking I'm saying to do something that is so hard to do. And this going to probably make people a little bit mad. But it is what it is. I got a comment saying, ain't nobody got time to do all that. Anybody got time to be putting that much effort? I'm sorry to say, but some of us don't have to put that much effort into being cute. So it don't take a lot for us to do that. Yeah. That was the left glove. Anyway, so I wanted to touch base on also about the attire. Now, I'm one of those people, I like feminine, flowing lingerie and stuff. That's just, you know, everybody has their own style of what makes them feel, you know, sexy and feminine and ladylike. That's my thing. Now, I also think it's cute when girls wear when women wear those, you know, like the tank or whatever, like Osmary now had on the tank with the little matching shorts. That's like pajamas, but they're shorts. That's cute. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that you had to be, you know, Elizabeth Taylor every night, you know, but at least, you know, you can bring it up a notch to you don't look like, you know, Fantasia when she was on American Idol. You know, the poor Fantasia. Rich Fantasia fly. You know what I'm saying? But poor Fantasia, not so much. So what I'm saying is that, you know, do your little cute things. You know, just don't come to bed with, you know, one of his t-shirts that he couldn't get the stains out. Y'all know, everybody know about them t-shirts. You know how our husbands are about them white t-shirts. They gotta be perfectly white. or if they're not perfectly white, they don't want them no more, so we take them. Just to wear, around the house, or while we, dyeing our hair or something like that. Don't wear that. Don't wear that to bed. And we all have bad moments. We all have bad days. I'm not above that. I've never said that I am perfection at all times, because perfection is in the eye of the beholder, and it's also in the eye of your spouse. One woman said, no shade, and I do believe, I ain't gonna lie, I do believe she wasn't trying to be smart. But I had to just, because I know women think like this, I had to not go in, but I had to definitely respond fully to her comment. Again, because I know that her comment represents a lot of women's thoughts. And she was saying, I don't mean no harm, not trying to be smart, but being cute and being sexy means nothing if your body is not cute and sexy, and you'll focus more on being cute and sexy, but you being sexy is not being overweight and all that. And I had to really stop her before she ran into a fire hydrant. I had to tell her to put her brakes on, because anybody that has looked at my couples vids from years ago, my husband literally worships the ground I walk on. He thinks that I am a black goddess. Okay? Truthfully. Okay? And he treats me as such. 6 years being married, got married 30 days after our first date, and he still does that. He still treats me like that. I think all of my longtime viewers know that. So I chuckled in my head, because I'm thinking to myself, okay, here's a woman that probably is small, and she has that attitude or that way of thinking that thinks that only small girls, small women are appealing and sexy to the opposite sex. First and foremost, I don't look pulled together every day for a man. I think that's a limited mindset. Only stunted women, women with low self-esteem, women that just was raised to just think about a man and don't have nothing else between their ears, that's not me. Okay? I look good for me too. That's first and foremost. Okay? Because me personally, dealing with the health issues and stuff I have, I feel better when I look good. And I define what looks good. It just so happens I'm with a man who thinks that I am his ideal. See, what I had to put her down with is the fact that not every man's ideal is a size 8 or a size 6. My husband has never been physically attracted to small women. So therefore his ideal happens to be me. Physically. Visually. His ideal is me. And that didn't take any convincing or anything. I just happen to be the ideal of what he considers perfection. And therefore he pursued. You understand what I'm saying? So when she was saying that, first of all, to me it smelt of some little insecurities. That because I said what I said about how women should go to bed or whatever, she probably don't do that, and therefore she felt a little salty about my comment. So of course, the first thing a smaller woman does when she want to try to clap back is she target the weight. Come on now, y'all. Y'all know we done been there and done that. We done did this so long that we could predict it. Okay, but I still gave it a benefit of the doubt. And like I said, I only gave her the right hook. I mean the left hook, because she couldn't take the right one, I'm pretty sure. Because I really probably would have made her have to go to a therapist. Because I probably would have read her all her little insecurities that I can see in undertones to her comment. But, yeah, so I'm not saying go to bed with those, lacy, flowing, see-through numbers that I just happen to like. But keep it cute. That's all. That's all I was saying. It's not nothing to get in an uproar about. It really isn't. The only people that I would consider or see or predict that would be in an uproar is women that don't do it and feel some sort of way. Because if you didn't feel some sort of way, it wouldn't affect you about me saying it. If you was comfortable in what you do, if you was comfortable in how you roll, then you wouldn't have no problem hearing me tell how I roll. You show insecurities about how you roll when you lash out as if I'm speaking directly to you and you're the only person in the room and you feel called out. I'm going to start charging. That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm about to start charging. The average therapist charges like between $120 and $140 per visit. I'm going to start charging. Y'all need to at least send me $39.99. And I'm going to have to start putting my PayPal below, underneath my videos in the description box. But anyway, the last thing I wanted to talk about, and I spent a long time, these videos starting to be long, but that's because, like I said, I feel like I'm just talking to my girls, and people that ain't here for that kind of thing, I don't even know why they even tuning in, for real. I mean, I'm just being real. But anyway, the one thing I can tell you that I need to improve, that I's Married Now video was talking about, is she was saying how her husband and they sleep like that on top of each other. Let me tell y'all the truth, alright? I may look cute, I may have beautiful lingerie on and stuff, we may do whatever we do, but when I'm ready to actually sleep, I mean for real sleep, please don't be all up on me. Don't do it. Let me tell you why. First of all, y'all know Chuck has MS, Bill's disease, a lot of disabilities he was born with, multiple sclerosis, all that, okay? Me, I have severe neuropathy. Some days I can't feel my legs, some days they're in excruciating pain, and I have it not only in both feet, but I have it up to my thigh, both thighs, okay? I rebuke what the doctors are telling me that it's going to progress to one day I may not be able to walk. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus and send that to the pit of hell where it came from. But I don't be all up on me when I'm really in a good sleep. And I'm sure my husband feels the same way, to be honest with you, because we grown folk. We got aches and pains. When we get up in the morning, we sound like 60-year-olds trying to make it to the bathroom and stuff. I'm just being real with you. I'm just being real. That's why nobody has to feel any type of way about what I say or when I'm talking about certain subjects, because I'm going to tell you where I have shortcomings too. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get where the problem is. But yeah, I toss and turn all night. My back and stuff be aching. My knees and stuff be aching sometimes. Y'all gotta remember, I was on 500 pounds just 2 years ago. So even though I did lose so far 160 pounds, my body has been damaged from letting my body get to almost 500 pounds. So my knees and stuff don't feel like regular knees. My knees don't feel like somebody that's 125 or 135 pounds. My knees feel like your body may not be 500 pounds no more, but boo-boo, these knees still feel like a 500-pound person. That's what my knees feel like. Okay? That's why you don't let it get out of hand. That's why you don't let your weight get out of hand. Because even if you lose weight, you still going to feel some effects from that weight that you did have on your body. It's going to be some lasting effects. It goes with the territory. That's why if you can stop it, if you can stop yourself, stop yourself. But that's a whole other story. I just had to throw that out there. But yeah, when I'm in a real deep sleep. Now I ain't talking about that little sleep where, you know, he tugging at me like, hey baby, all that kind. That ain't a real deep sleep. But when we really want to get our snore on, yeah, we ain't up on each other like that. Now when we wake up, we are. You know, we like, hey, I'm like, hey daddy, he like, hey baby, baby, stuff like that. But when we really want to get our real sleep on, no, no God, no God, don't be all up on me, no, because there is no pain pill that can help me the next day because you was all up on me and I done got my fat tail all up on you. So not only you have your own weight, but then I'm going to have your weight on top of me too with my own weight. No, 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 no. Now, after seeing some of her video, again, I haven't seen the whole video, I had to stop what I was doing and put her video on pause and do this video because I felt compelled to talk about something that I think maybe I can improve on. And see, that's what we do as women. That's what we should do. Stop feeling threatened and feeling singled out at everything somebody says. Because if we all network and we all talk together, look at how much we can learn from each other. And then we can see, oh, I'm not alone. Or then we can see, oh, that's how she kept them. Or that's how she did that. You understand what I'm saying? Stop being so defensive. We so defensive because we know that women got some stuff with them. And we can't trust them. Because they always ready to throw digs and slurs and everything. Even though they tell you that they're your best friends. Hence why I don't like those reality shows. Yeah, I'm your friend, girl. Cry on my shoulder. As soon as she do it, the next day she telling. Just like the little people. The show called Little Women, which is the Little Women that had that little reality show. They even do it. They even do it. So that's what we have grown to expect from women. But let's change the expectations. Let's turn it around, Jesus. Let's turn it around, make a U-turn, let Jesus take the wheel. Because we don't have to do that any longer. We don't have to do it. Let's stop it right now. Life would be so much easier. I'm sure some of y'all blood pressure would even go down. And maybe I wouldn't run to the refrigerator as much. Well, I'd probably still run to the refrigerator, but you get my point. You know what I mean? So, check out her video, y'all. I love y'all. Know that I love you. Y'all my sugar lumps. I just want y'all to love me back. That's all. Because I see y'all ain't thumbsing up enough and I didn't put out now. I got like 100 thumbs up and 82 thumbs down and 3,000 people didn't watch the show. But y'all call y'allself rolling with me. Y'all call yourself, that's my girl Kianna. Y'all call yourself getting the kiki out of it. Let me find out. Alright, y'all. Love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.